Okay, this is how I've got my saw set. Right now my bolt, my dog point screw is tightened up just so it's just snug against that bolt. And so here's what I've got as far as play goes. And watch the bolt and the yoke. See that rotation? See that rotation? The bolt, the king bolt is not rotating. The yoke is rotating on the king bolt. Now, watch what happens. That's with it just touching and got snugged up just a little bit. Now I'm going to back that screw out a half a turn. I just backed that screw out a half a turn, which is quite a bit. Now watch what happens. Watch the mark. Look how much more play I get. Look at that. So what that does is you lose accuracy then as far as when I want the when the bearings are in the races and the yoke, the pin locks down. So when the plunger locks into the taper lock, and then we tighten up our clamp, you can look down here and watch that the gap close when we tighten up our clamp. It closes up, it pulls it back up so that these two surfaces are tight against each other. It can't rotate. So what happens when we have more slack with the bolt backed out a half a turn, that's going to make that so that it's not as accurate. Whereas if you tighten that bolt down, tighten it down to where it's just touching that king bolt very lightly, you have the least amount of rotation, and that helps that taper lock locate more accurate. And I verify this when I set the saw up and I have indicators on my adjustment, and I can see how it repeats. And with it being a half turn out, the repeatability is more open. I get more movement in location than if I have that screw screwed down to just barely touching or touching that king bolt. Not backed out, but touching. Not tightened, not reefed down, but just touching. Okay.